finally back after some time away, moving and getting stuff situated. I'm back with the review for the Tamashii Nation Kikan Taizen, I think that's how you pronounce it, Pegasus class assault landing craft white base. This is in the scale of 1/1700th. It is pretty damn big, but also pretty damn small. There's a lot of detail in this little ship, and I am very, very, very happy that I pulled the trigger on it and got it, because I was really on the fence about it. I didn't think it was going to be that cool or wanted anything to do with it, but this is amazing. Here we see the front of the box. It looks great. The box is not shiny. It is not overly done. It is nice, beautiful artwork. We see the Gundam. We see a GM, more GMs, some balls. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. There's the gun cannon. And we get the Tamashii Nation, excuse me, logo, meaning it's authentic. Taking a look at the side, we see the Federation symbol, white base being said. See some of the features and the gimmicks. I will go over them in detail, and then we have a bunch of writing and whatnot. Let's open the box. Now, most of the time I'm telling you guys that the instructions are usually pretty unnecessary. Most figures, most toys are pretty self-explanatory. You basically take care of it and you don't do anything else like break it. But this particular model, I would call it, is pretty delicate. I would be very careful in how you take it apart in order to replace certain items on the ship, and then yeah, just take note. So yeah, we can actually see some of the stuff it comes with, some of the stuff you can do. It comes with a base, but not a base stand. So you will have to have already a Tamashii Nation or some other equivalent base stand to fit onto it. Look at the back. You can see some of the other features. So yeah, like I said, just read it, and there's the ship. Amazing. I am absolutely in love. Why did it get darker all of a sudden? That is weird. The lights got darker all of a sudden. Well, let's hope it stays like that, because I have something to show you on this ship. Anyways, this thing is pretty damn awesome. It, let me try and find this switch here. Yeah, this ship is highly detailed. There's not panel lining, but the possibility for panel lining for you people out there that like to go crazy with that. The ship is not light. It is pretty hefty, so it's not too fragile feeling. Let's see what else. Oh man, I am just totally in love with this ship. If you can tell right there, you know, kind of the bright original anime version, and now the lights go back on, version of the ship. Not too dark. They're not going for a realism aesthetic with the ship. They're just going for the plain, straightforward version, not going too fancy at all. Man, this thing is amazing. You don't get any real moving parts. You basically, if you want to put this into battle mode, I guess you could call it, you would have to take certain pieces off of it. Now, like I said, you don't get the stage arm, I guess you can call it, attachment for the base. The base does come with the ship, and it's pretty nice. It comes with a nameplate, I guess you could say. It's actually a sticker, and yeah, some reflective plastic on the bottom. So it is very, very nice. You do get a number of accessories, including this piece. Oh wait, hey, what the fuck was I thinking? You do get a little attachment arm. Wow, I didn't see that. Sorry. It must have been too damn small for me to see. But I like this one instead because it's just a little bit bigger. I don't want it too close to the ground. I want it looking like it's, you know, flying up into the sky. Anyways, before we start detaching stuff and putting stuff on, you do get a little pick hook thing here. This does allow you to open, detach some of the pieces because they are pretty tight on there. So be very careful when you get your own, and don't be afraid to use this thing. Now I went ahead and turned on probably the best feature of this whole ship. Let me raise the camera up a little bit. And thankfully it's a little bit darker right now. You can see that there are lights, there are LEDs inside the ship to where you can see windows, the ship's deck, or the ship's top deck, bridge, excuse me, other parts, the engines in the back, you can see them lit. It is amazing. Such a little thing, but it makes it look so much better. Really, really cool. You know what? You probably can't. Let's try and. Yeah, you see them a little bit better that way with me covering it up. It is awesome to have. Right there, you can see it perfectly. Yeah, such a cool feature. Batteries are included with the ship, so no fear there. You just got to pull out the little tab and hit the on switch and you are set to go. Getting to the battery compartment is pretty easy. It's this whole panel right here that you got to kind of pry out. I would say use the pick, but honestly I think the tip of it is too fat. That's what she said. So you're going to have to just kind of pry it out with your nails, and don't be afraid to pull it out. There you go. So like I said, there will be a plastic tab making sure that the connection for the batteries isn't complete. Once you pull it out, just sit back, hit that switch, and there you go. Pretty simple there. I might as well show you also, you get two attachment pieces for this panel here. So you get this whole complete panel when you first get it in the package. You can take this part out right here, and then you can replace it with this piece right here. This allows you to connect the ship to a base, and that's it, pretty much. Yeah. Here are most of the attachments for the white base. I left a couple off because they're going to be a little bit of a surprise towards the later part of the review. But here are most of them. You get two of these big cannons that fit on the side of the white base. We've seen those before. You get two hangar doors that open for the front of the white base towards, I guess you'd call them the feet. I don't know. But they open up for any mobile suits to fit inside. You also get a deck platform that can extend out. You just attach that. And then you also get a cannon, a pair of cannons, anyways, that fit right underneath the deck, or I'm sorry, right underneath the bridge. So you can go full badass with this ship, with all its classic weapons. Let's go ahead and fit them onto the ship and see how it looks. Putting these pieces on isn't too difficult, but that's why it's made a whole lot easier and why they included this little pick. Say you want to get this panel off on the side, you would basically just lift up and it actually just popped out really easily. So right there, that's a great example of why you should really read the instructions, make sure you use all the tools that they give you. And yeah, this is going to make the transformation a lot easier. Well, here it is, the white base of all its weapons, full battle mode, and lights are on. It looks amazing. Now, I've left some small details out about this ship. Well, you get a number of weapons, main weapons, that we all have seen with the ship. Unfortunately, you only get 4 mobile suits to fit inside the white base. It is very, very awesome, and I didn't show them before. They're already packed away inside the white base, but if you look in the back, there you see the gun cannon and the gun tank, and you can see another gun cannon and the Gundam. I'll pull those out in just a minute. When you have these open deck doors or open platform doors attached to the white base, you cannot pull the mobile suits out. So that's the downside. You also get a unmovable gun parry that's parked inside the white base in the midsection there. You can see it quite clearly. Unfortunately, it does not slide out. So let's go ahead and turn the platform off. And then let's go ahead and, whoops, let's take these panels off right there. And you can actually go ahead and slide them out. Woo! Just like that. Come on, there you go. Just like that. They do come off. They are detachable. Let's take the gun cannon off. they're just a little tight, but they are very tiny. Look at that little guy. Unfortunately, they're not as well painted or detailed. They're just their basic color. There was a gun cannon. Here's the gun tank. It's just all bright blue. So for you modelers out there that specialize in painting, this could be for you. A little added bonus. Let's take out the Gundam. The Gundam is probably the best detailed one out of all three. You can really see the shield, the V-fin, I think. You can't really tell. They're so small. But there you go. Some detail right there. You can kind of see a lot of the panels and whatnot on the Gundam. So it is very cool that you get all of this stuff with the ship. Yeah, let's go into final thoughts. Let's start off with all the pros of this model or figure, whatever you want to call it. First of all, the LEDs make the biggest difference in the world to me. This thing stands out so much with those lights on. They look amazing. And if you're lucky enough to have one and you can go into like a dark room somewhere, light it up, it looks absolutely amazing. It's just so awesome. So I'm really glad that they put that there. Another thing, I don't think it was listed that you were going to get little mini mobile suits. That's pretty cool to have. They didn't have to, but hey, whatever. The transformation from normal standard ship mode to battle ready mode is pretty easy. That's appreciated. And the fact that they even included batteries for the lights, that's also a plus. So a lot of nice pluses, including the stand that you get with this thing and the little arm. It's kind of short. Whoops. Kind of short for me. But whatever. You can always use another display stand arm or whatever to fit onto this thing. Now let's talk about the cons, and there are quite a few. Not so much in order to make me rethink purchasing this thing, but first of all, there is the price. The price originally for pre-order was like, I don't know, 60, 65 bucks. And that's a lot for such a little small ship. I mean, it's as big as my hand. It's probably the size of a Zaku in terms of height when you stand it on its thrusters in the back, and I mean a Zaku 2 anime type. It's a little pricey, but with the discount that they offer sometimes, you usually get like 10-15% off. I don't know. I actually ended up paying like 58 bucks. So the discount wasn't too high for where I got it. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so also on top of that, I kind of wish, even though we did get a lot of good accessories, I kind of wish there was something like battle damage panels and stuff to fit onto this thing. It's just asking for a little bit more because of the price. It's not too much, but yeah, that would have been a cool addition. On top of that, if they kind of more went along the lines of detailing the little mobile suits that you got. They went to the trouble of detailing this ship as much as they did with the lights and whatnot. They could have painted the little mobile suits a little bit better. Also, the fact that you only get this small little arm for an attachment for the ship, it's a little not that great. You want this thing to be floating up in the air, high into the air, looking so badass and whatnot. So yeah, those are just little nitpicks. All in all, I really love this ship. If they're gonna make more of them for the Gundam universe, I'll probably buy them. Yeah, it's a no-brainer for me. It's just that price is just a little too high. So if you guys are questioning whether or not to get this, I'd say go for it. But if you don't want to pay the $50, $60 price, yeah, just pass on it. It's not necessary. It's just a cool little item to have. So yeah, thanks for watching my first review back. Really cool that you guys stuck around. I got a few more subscribers and all that shit. And stay tuned for more later.